that conversation. That's what
I
he
just
said.
said that, little touch. Those are my words. I just said that. But you can't say what somebody wasn't going to do that said they were going to do it. The whole point
I'm making.
is,
They wasn't gonna do it because I wasn't gonna go with them. Why y'all can't
that
understand that? I
that's
am a
not the
woman,
point.
yes. I
Can I?
am an older woman second, but I'm not vulnerable like that. I'm not going with no man to run no train. If that be the case, I would have gave it up to him. And I would have given it up to him.
So Miss
He
Low
he
Touch,
brought
okay, so I think this is what you're not hearing. So Miss Low Touch, what they're simply saying to you is you're saying that you don't believe any of that was ever a thing that they ever said it. But what Siobhan is saying is that the guy you danced with, and one moment, because again, I'm asking you to respect my panel. I don't want my boxes revoked. So Lil Touch, Siobhan is saying that the guy you were dancing with confirmed that he heard one of the guys saying it. Okay? He said he wasn't involved, he wasn't going to participate, but he heard a guy say it, is what Siobhan is saying. So you're saying that there was not going to be anything going on, or nobody ever said they were going to do anything. Siobhan is saying otherwise. The man you danced with confirmed he heard the guy say what he was going to do. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
And the second thing was, I'm not sure where they came
and,
from.
and
That you, little touch. I'm talking. Hold on, because I'm gonna go ahead and drop you guys. One more thing. Whatever. I'm not saying that you said anything. LT, can you mute up for a minute because you're
this
gonna over
really
talk me when
hurt,
I speak.
Javon. I would
Hold
never
on.
give my
Hold
body
on.
up to no.
Oh my god.
So, Miss Low Touch, we're going to allow you to speak, but I'm not sure if you're unfamiliar with court. We need to allow the jurors to deliberate what's going on. We heard what you had to say, but we need to allow people that was not only there as character witnesses, we need to have other people heard. So just please be patient. We want to hear from you, but we need to hear from everybody else that was involved, okay?
And
Please be
another thing. I was not there about the phone, but when it comes to the scam that you're mentioning and whoever's mentioning saying that Miss Lynn could have took that money, let me tell you, honey, that she doesn't need it at all. So there would be any reason. I don't even think she even really visits your room, to be honest. So we're gonna all put a stop to that. She does not need your money, and she would have not scammed you. And if it was something that you needed, she would have gave it to you. So I do want to put a stop to that. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop. See you later, Bella.
Can I go really quickly, Bella? I
yes,
am not a fan of FOE, but wrong is wrong and right is right. Unfortunately, in this situation, FOE is right, and they provided all proof of documentation of this old woman's lies. She should now be banned from all TikTok events and transported to a psychiatric hospital immediately. She is crazy as hell, and she is a liar. And you need to wipe your mouth the next time you get on this live,
Bella,
telling all them
Bella,
goddamn
why
lies,
you
you
letting
old
this
hoe.
woman harass me
Shut
like
up.
this?
Shut the
For
hell up,
real?
hoe.
Are you serious?
You be curious.
You the one sound like you got a problem, need to go to psychiatric ward. Okay, can I talk
Bella,
now, please, in my
can I
defense?
talk? I've been
Bella,
up here for a minute.
yeah. So it is quite a few people who's been waiting to speak. I mind, and then Miss Passion, you may speak. And thank y'all for y'all patience
Thank
again.
you.
So little touch. How I don't agree on how you was treated even after the fact, but I do have one question. Why do you feel like Duffy and Glam was supposed to protect you when before the trip they already had said they was washing their hands with you? So why did you believe that they were going to protect you?
Besides how you might feel about me, if you say, if some man come to, okay, I know you're not a man, okay, just, this is, hypothetically. If a dude come to another dude and say, hey man, I want to smash that woman, or I want to run a train on her, you're not going to say nothing? You're not going to do anything? That's all I got to say.
And with you as a person, I'm not gonna be there caping for
It
you.
doesn't matter. There's an
It
ethic
does
there. There's
matter.
a moral there. There's a moral there. There's an ethic there. That man walked up to Duffy and said he want to do some harm to a woman that you know that you are part of a group of, and you're not going to do nothing.
No, because I don't fuck with you. It ain't my business.
If that's how you felt, then you shouldn't have said nothing to nobody. You shouldn't have said nothing to Nitra. You should have just let it go.
Well,
If
he
you're
did the
not
right
gonna,
thing by
if
saying
you,
something.
no, he's not supposed to do nothing. Let you
He
tell
wasn't
it. He's not
obligated
supposed to do
though.
anything.
LT, he wasn't
I answered your
obligated.
question respectfully. The next person. I answered your question.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. I got some points I want to make. Okay, we're going with the phone. The first thing, the person put the phone down. They didn't have nothing to do with Little Touch. So that person was a little off. Left the drink for someone to watch. I may leave my drink and say, watch the drink. I may do that. Anybody may do that. Now, let's go to licking on the neck. That's her body. And if it was just a kiss on the neck, then maybe she was fine with that. Didn't have nothing to do with nobody. T Money calling the security. T Money got the ice box. So that's self-explanatory. Screaming down the hallway. People are on their partying. It's noisy. Got nothing to do with Little Touch. She screamed down the hallway. Everybody else was screaming down the hallway. Restraining order. Why would you get a restraining order on somebody that is not that close to you? Make no sense. Embarrassed FOE. If I go on that cruise and I'm doing things, I'm sure other people are doing things. Embarrassing is when you're doing out of the norm thing. We don't know what we're going to do. People do many different things. So I'm standing with Little Touch, a woman of certain age, and you got to bring a little bit more for me. That's what I got, Bill.
Okay. Jaw dropper, and then for the haters.
Hi, Isabella. I came here to be a juror. I'm still listening still.
Okay. Thank you for coming up, jaw dropper. And jaw dropper, when you're ready, let me know. I will make that announcement. Okay. For the haters, thank you for coming back.
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to come up. I came up to be a juror, but I need a question. Where is this lady's court appointed attorney? Because this is too much. You know, she's making herself look guilty. And I'm not saying she's guilty, but by her responses, it's some questions that she needs to have answered, but she needs to have someone who can come up
For the
here and
hater, for the
yes, love.
hater, I'm hurt. I'm hurt that I got removed from the FOE and I did nothing wrong. All I did, if y'all see the video or the caption of me dancing, I was just having fun. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I wasn't trying to do nothing to anyone. When I was running off and trying to reach out to Duffy, I had knocked on the door. They didn't answer, and I saw Javon open up the door, and I was just trying to get somebody to hear me out, because somebody came to me with some heavy shit and said to me, and I knew it was a lie. There was no way in hell that Duffy would sit there and let that go. I'm sorry, I didn't believe that. And also, too, y'all can call me a liar. Y'all can call me whatever y'all want. I know that I did never one time talk to the security guard except when we was in the club about that phone. That lady was raising hell about the phone, and I had already gave her her phone. And they pulled her out of the club and asked her for her driver's license, her identification. And they came back in and asked me, was I okay? Because she was cussing at the top of her lungs, and the lady that was sitting on the right side of her was trying to calm her down, and the couple that was sitting with right beside me, saw everything and told me, be quiet, don't say nothing. I got you. The husband, he said, I got you. I will explain everything to the security guard. When the security guard came back, after escorting her outside of the club, the security guard came to me and said, ma'am, are you okay? I said, yeah. Do you want to write a, what they call that? An incident report. I said, no. I said, she got her phone. I gave her phone. There's nothing else to talk about. That lady was picking at me for no reason. She came up when I came over to sit down beside my FOE sister. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't want to make her a part of the court case. And when I went to sit down beside her, she started talking to me about some bullshit that she heard on the TikTok. They were talking they were live streaming. Whoever was live streaming was talking bad about me, and she was trying to get me to talk about that. And I told her to leave me the fuck alone about that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm on this cruise. I'm having a nice time. And she was asking me questions about me getting left in Atlanta and I having to drive all the way from Atlanta to Orlando. And then she started asking me about Princess, and I told her I don't want to talk about that. And I cut her off, and she was mad about that. So when I realized that I was sitting on her phone, and I gave her phone, that should have been the end of it. Am I right, Bella? Thank you. You know, go on about your way, because she had went to the casino, and then she realized she didn't have her phone. And then when I gave her phone, all she had to do is say thank you. There was nothing in me, in my heart or mind, to take nobody's phone. But that's what y'all running, the narration all over TikTok, that I stole her phone. Y'all trying to make me as a bad person, and I'm not. I didn't even, if I really was messy and I wanted to start mess, I could have easily called my son while I was on the cruise. And trust me, people would have got served on that ship. My son is a lawyer. But I didn't do that. I have yet to tell my son everything. The only thing I did, I was crying that Thursday morning when I realized that lady was not coming to pick me up, but she took my money. So y'all want to sit here and dog me out and dog pound me and talk about me and call me liar and all of that? Guess what? God gonna handle all of y'all. Because I know the truth and I know what I did and I know how I did it. That's my defense. But y'all can go ahead and reach out to Chael for me and Braid King. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of people lying on me.
King.
I'm tired of people lying on me. Be honest. Y'all say, Little Tech, be accountable for what you do and what you say. Y'all need to be accountable for the things y'all have said and did to me.
Hey, Bella, good morning. Hey, Little Touch. Hey, courtroom. Good morning, everybody.
Honey.
All right, good day, Braid. The
Hey,
Kingdom is
Jay.
here, y'all. If y'all are here to support the Kingdom and you already are a subscriber, go ahead and drop the Kingdom emote in the chats. If you are not subscribed, that's all right. Go ahead and drop the crowns in the chat for the Kingdom. Welcome in, Braid. Glad to have you. Surprised you're awake, but thank you for coming in.
Just about 20 minutes ago.
Got you. So, are you here to speak on behalf of Little Touch?
He's innocent.
Stu.
Okay. All
I
right. You are claiming the innocence of Little Touch. Would you like to pretty much give us the brief of why, like, basically state your case? Why do you feel like Little Touch is innocent?
Yeah. They keep fucking with her. I'm so sorry, but I don't know. My client did nothing wrong. She tried to go on a trip with a group of people that she loves dearly, and it's just hurting her tremendously because every time she turns around, every time she looks around, they're just fucking with her. Like Glam and Duffy and them, they're fucking with her.
Okay, so for simple terms, you're insinuating that she's being taunted. And you said what member specifically that's taunting her?
Specifically, there's an FOE member. I'm so sorry, y'all. There's an FOE member named Duffy. Duffy and Glam. Glam is the one who I'm trying not to read the comments. They're tearing me up right now. Glam is the one who came up with this price and shit like that. So it's all Glam's fault, honestly, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you're blaming Glam as far as the price of what exactly?
Glam is the one who told, I'm so sorry. Glam is the one who told her $500. I'm being so serious, y'all. This is how I am in the morning. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Okay, so you're speaking to one of the accusations, which is the pricing of the room being an issue?
Yes. And yeah, and I don't think Little Touch did nothing. She only danced with her friend on the dance floor. And she was drug off the dance floor like a child. There we go. I'm here now. Now I'm tapped in.
So, Touch, was you really assaulted by Glam? Did she really put her hands on you?
She
And
shoved
why
her.
you
You
ain't
can
beat
say
her ass?
she shoved her.
I gotta
come back showing that she has a violation.
They trying to get her out of here right now. I know exactly who that was. But seriously, she got shoved and all. She was assaulted. It was just a lot going on.
Okay, so you're saying that Little Touch was assaulted by who?
By Glam. She shoved her.
And that was not right.
Then on top of that, Glam, the FOE member, the one who organized the trip, she talk about, well, fuck it. She should have just let the man fuck her. That's what Glam screamed like 5 times. She said Deidre should have saved her. She should have just let the man fuck her or do whatever.
Bella, can I say something? Okay. It's been said that I pulled Glam's hair. That's a lie. When I walked up, to where we were sitting at, and I don't know if you know or not, but I have a hearing impairment. So when I walked up to the area where all the ladies were sitting, and I was trying to get close enough to hear I. Kelly, because if everybody knows I. Kelly, she has a soft voice, and Miss Maria was really talking for her because her voice radiates a little louder. So I was standing behind the chair that Glam was sitting down. I didn't even realize that was Glam. I just, how you walk up to the area where you're gonna be congregating at, and I just stood behind her, and that was it. She realized that I was behind her. She said, "Get the fuck out of my face." And she jabbed me with her cup. And the cup that she made, which are beautiful, I got a green one. I could show you mine or whatever. They heavy. So I'll turn my camera on.
A heavy green cup?
Let me show you.
Yeah, she's.
And why is she putting her hands on another grown woman?
She put
that right there, Bella. Evidence.
It was a cup. It was a cup like this, Miss Bella. It was a cup like this. She poked me in my chest.
Damn.
Okay. And I ain't gonna lie, that area is still sore from that day that she poked me. So when she did it, Princess jumped up and came over and said, "Stop antagonizing her." And then Miss Maria and Tik-tok Street, I be getting tongue-tied every time I say her name, they pulled me over to the other side of the couches and outside of where all the ladies were sitting, because they were sitting in the inner part of the couches, and had me to go sit on that side so I wouldn't be nowhere near Glam.
Are you bruised up at all?
Huh?
Are you bruised up at all?
Thank you, Chris.
It's just
it's little,
sore, it's a little bruise.
it's tender, it's sore in that area,
So, Bella,
but
can we add
I'll
another
be
charge,
okay.
please? I think we want to add assault.
And then
That doesn't make sense. Now that's ridiculous. If this cruise was
the
over,
thing
even though
that
my
really
client is still in pain,
the thing that really got me really hurt about all of this, I care about Glam. I love her. And the way she reacted and responded to an argument that we had, that she was on somebody's live and she was going back and forth, her and Duffy was really attacking me with verbal assault. And
that's
Glam
disgusting.
said in the course of that argument, she said, all she want is my husband to nut in her mouth. What
Hold
married
on.
woman
Hold
would
on. Wait.
say that
Damn.
Wait,
about
wait,
her
wait, 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 wait,
husband?
wait, 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 wait. Slow down. I think you said
What?
it wrong. She wants her husband to do that in whose mouth?
My
In South
mouth.
Florida.
So
In my mouth.
Glam said that she wanted her husband to ejaculate
Yes.
into your mouth.
Yes. And she
Oh my!
also said that I wanted those men to F me from the front to the back.
Oh my God!
It's on the blogger. The blogger got it. They got the
Glam's
recording
mouth
of
is
it.
filthy nasty. It's very filthy. That probably was the same day that
Oh,
she called
Miss
her
Little
really
Touch, Miss Little
enslaved.
Touch. When Glam and Duffy said that they were done with you, what was the reason why they were done with you? Like, what? Y'all went on this cruise. She arranged everything.
because
Why was she
because
finished with you before the
I
cruise?
said I spoke the truth about Duffy, and I said that he had no reason to dislike me like he do, and he got a problem with me. And I said it probably comes from, you know how sometimes people don't like you because of somebody that person might remind them of their grandmother or their mom or somebody that they didn't like growing up or whatever, and maybe something about me he saw about me reminded him of a family member or whatever, so he just turned his mind off of me. This man also, when I used to go on AJ's live and I would always be asking them to repeat themselves or whatever, he contacted me and said I needed to let the platform know that I had a hearing problem. Because if y'all know, when I first started on TikTok, I didn't broadcast I had a hearing problem. I kept that to myself because I didn't want people ridiculing me. And now, ever since I disclosed that, I've been getting ridiculed. I've been talked about my speech impediment. I've been called slow. I've been called all these names ever since I disclosed that I have a hearing problem.
I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry for that.
Me
Bella,
too.
I think we're going to go forward with those charges as far as the assault. My client is still in pain, and it's a week later. Now, that's something we can't deny. I didn't know she was physically abused in that capacity. I thought it was a lot of mental abuse, but not physical. And this is a lot to take in for me and her.
No, if that was my mama getting treated like that, all y'all asses would have got whooped.
You something, bro? I'm trying to tell you something now. Now, Glam. Damn, Glam. Huh.
Bella?
I never took it to my son. Neither one of my sons or my cousins that live right here in Atlanta. I didn't take it to nobody. None of my family. But I will say this. I did a Facebook thing this morning because some of my family has been hearing what y'all been saying about me on TikTok, and they concerned and they disturbed at the same time because that trip, I was supposed to take a cruise trip last year when I turned 60. My son said, Mama, I want to do something nice for you. I want you to take a cruise. And the only reason why I didn't take that cruise last year, because my youngest son snapped. And some of y'all know my son came out the military mentally distraught. And I felt like I need to commit my time to my son. His mental health mattered to me. And for y'all to sit here and make me look like a bad person, I went on that trip in good faith. I went on that trip because I love FOE and I love Nitra. And I still love her. In spite of how they did me and how they removed me from the group for no reason. I'm not a liability. I never have been a liability. I walked alone. I went and ate breakfast and dinner and lunch by myself. And the only time I really did something with everybody is the excursion and the swimming pool. The jacuzzi, I went by myself. And for people to sit here and talk about, I act like I need a babysitter, that's a damn lie.
Little touch. That's enough right there. I don't want you to stress yourself out or make your
Thank you, Kiara.
where they hurt where she hit you with that cup. So don't talk too much. You might be in more pain. We're about to go ahead and handle this. And we're so sorry, me and the entire audience, we're so sorry that you had to go through this physical abuse and you were physically hit with a cup, a green tumbler.
I asked the question. Okay, little touch. Well, Ray King, I'm going to direct this to you and you can answer. Prior to your client going on the trip, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of mess, where a lot of people was questioning whether she should actually go on this trip. And I do understand a lot of it was cleared up. Great. But after hearing all of that, and even though she loved FOE and definitely loved Miss Nitra, why did she not have another family member or another friend accompany her on that trip, knowing she had 2 beds available, 2 people were paid for, so that she could protect herself?
Right. Yes, I'm so glad you asked that question. It's crazy. It's like, now that I think about it, I think Glam was actually trying to put her life maybe in danger because the roommate that they roomed her with was the one who tried to hit her in the head with an ice bucket. So it's like she could have added somebody else. She didn't even have enough time to get somebody
Can I
else.
answer, Bray?
Glam called her. Mediumly, just mediumly, okay, friend. But I do want to let them know that the roommate that they put in the room with you grabbed an ice bucket and tried to hit you upside that skull. So I don't know. I feel like your life was in danger from the jump. You didn't even know about it. But yeah, you could go ahead.
I don't want to hear her answer. I really do.
Don't answer.
I don't want to hear her
about it
answer.
until
I
we
want
got your
to
answer.
only
Don't
hear
worry about
yours.
it.
For
Yes,
the
I'm
hater.
serious.
For the hater, can I answer, please? I had a roommate. But her life situation changed and she had to cancel. So I went to Glam and said, the room is paid for 2 people. Do I have to pay an additional if I go in this cabin by myself? And Glam explained to me it would be best that I get a roommate. And that's how T Money came into the equation.
Glam again.
Glam is the one that formulated and got that together to get a room. The money part was the part that I am questionable about of how that occurred because it was not told specifically to me like it should have been. That's another story. So
And another thing, didn't T Money not like you before the cruise?
That's why
again,
I'm not
I'm
understanding any of
thinking,
this.
I'm thinking that I don't know. I can't say yes or no on that. But the way she acted after the incident on Friday night with the guy talking about what they want to do to me, she did acted very funky towards me on Saturday morning. Because Saturday morning, I'm one of those people, and I'm very polite. I'm very polite. And when I got up on Saturday morning, I said, good morning, T. You know, I don't even really call her T Money. I call her T. I said, good morning, T. She said nothing to me, Bella. She walked around with her lip poked out and all of that. So I was like, I just gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? But Saturday we went on the excursion and it ended up that I had to go with her and I still made my niceness. I would being nice. And when the guy told us, the tourist guy said how much he was going to charge, you know, they didn't come up with the money quick enough. So I offered to pay for all 3 of us, and that's what I did. I don't regret it. I'm not bringing it up to start no fires or any of that. I offered after they took a while, with the money. It was said that she said she would go into a bank to get some money out or whatever. And I don't know if she did or not, but I just went ahead and paid for it, Bella. When it come to business, you can't be having people waiting around for their money, and they done did a tour guide with you.
So your roommate not only didn't pay for half of the room, her excursions was paid for as well by you. Is that what you're saying? This was before she
Yes,
was going to
sir.
hit you in the head with the ice bucket, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now I will say this: I do want you to. I want to ask you a hard question, and I want you to think before you answer, and keep your answer short and sweet. Is there anything, any accountability or any responsibility that you would like to take? Do you think that you could have done anything different in this situation? I want to ask you that
Well,
personally. And think before you
first,
answer and keep
if
your answer
right,
short.
okay. First, I will say, T Money, I was wrong for bringing up the 500 because I did agree to accept that five hundred
Thank you
dollars
so
from
much.
you.
I love
And
accountability.
secondly, and secondly, um, I should have asked more questions to Glam before I took the money.
Okay, we can
So I
stop
should
right
have
there.
got clarity. I should have got
Please,
clarity
lastly.
before accepting the money.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. And thank you so much for taking accountability. I didn't want it just to be like, victim, victim, victim. I wanted to see what your mind was on if you had any responsibility. And we love somebody who could take accountability. Thank you so much.
Attorney King.
I'm co-counsel. You need to go ahead and pay me too. Okay, I'm sorry.
I would really like to
My
see Judge
co-counsel is
Princeetta and
Chael,
Little
and I
Touch
don't
have a
see Chael up
conversation
here
alone.
right at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was saying my
No, it's okay.
co-counsel is Chael.
What? When I'm the one said you need an attorney. Oh my God. You got me, but
Hater,
okay.
for the hater, I love you, but I ain't been on Beagle in forever, so I ain't seen your ass. So where your ass been? Anyway, back to court.
Hi.
Court in session.
Okay. Is there anyone else on the panel that has a question for Little Touch before we make our decision?
And also, Bella, there was a question from the gallery downstairs. They wanted to know something along the lines of how much to maybe move on this.
What?
We used to charge $250 in the Kingdom when we did our judge days if they wanted to move on.
That is correct.
$250 is a good price to move on from the case.
That is correct, yes.
CA's in the bio if y'all want to move it on. Okay, just for the other people.
250 without a verdict? Sure. But yeah, without it, we are going to allow the court of public opinion to make the final decision. So is there anything else to ask before we go into our decision?
Good morning.
Good day, Jeff.
Good day. I wanted to know first, like, we've been talking about this for a long time. Basically, even when the cruise was still going on. This is the first time we've heard about this cup, or it's the first time I've heard about Miss Little Touch being hit with a cup. I think that was something that we should have heard about.
I'm so
But the
sorry,
things that I did.
Laugh. I'm so sorry. The reason that she couldn't speak about the cup is because every time she speaks about it, she's trying to be silenced. I don't know if you've heard it, but there's been multiple members of FOE. There's been multiple members of FOE's come up and said, "Hey, I told you don't say nothing about this. Hey, I told you yesterday. You better not get online
Hey,
tomorrow and
Bella,
speak on
this
this."
isn't
And
fair.
every time that she does try to speak on it, she's interrupted. Her feelings are invalidated, and she can never get it all out. She needs a space where she can talk freely, and today we found that.
Yes,
Okay, I
yes,
apologize. There are
yes.
people in Bella, I don't think that this is fair. Okay, I didn't interrupt
Fair either, a
anyone.
little touch.
I literally didn't interrupt anyone. Okay? So there are people there are people that are saying that they heard about a cup. So I'll move on. Okay? Um I think that the room situation, I'm going to be honest, okay? Little Touch has never spoke on how the interaction with her and T Money was in the room the whole time. But I'd like to ask Little Touch, Bray King, please, okay? You're not being very professional.
You can call me Lawyer King today, baby.
No, I won't. Anyway, I want Lil Touch to actually tell me because Lil Touch, do you think that T Money was treating you rudely from the time she got in the room? Do you think that she had an attitude or, just kind of condescending?
Did you hear anything I said? I said after Friday night
Miss Little
at the
Touch, please,
club,
please, please,
she
Let her
started
answer,
please.
Lab.
acting rudely towards me. I said that plain as day.
I said I'm asking from the time she got in the
I
room.
just
Answer your
answered your
question.
question.
She just
Okay,
answered it. Little
so
touch. Don't
I
say
won't
nothing else.
directly ask another question, please,
Good.
please.
She already
I'm
answered.
not even trying to be. At this point, I'm not trying to be funny.
You're
Okay,
just
so
victim blaming.
what I heard on the live, Little Touch was screaming, saying that Duffy should have came over there and protected her. No one else. She said that if
Asked and
Duffy should have
answered.
came and protected her. So at the point that you need protection, um, it doesn't matter who it is. If you were protected, you were protected. So at the point that I was actually in the live, this is nothing that I heard. Um, if there's a such thing as protection that is needed, I don't care who it is. As long as I was protected from a situation. And there is no way that we can project what was about to happen.
Judge, is
Nobody
there a
knows what was
question
about to
here?
happen.
Your
Judge, do
may I,
Judge?
Where's the
Your
question?
Honor and attorney, may I interrupt for a minute?
No, I was
I
not
think
trying to
we
take up for Duffy and Glam. They be proxing, preaching and doxing. I'm not taking up for them. But what I am saying is,
okay.
you cannot.
Just
Please, I
wait a
didn't
minute,
interrupt
Lab. Just one
anybody.
moment. I'm doing the show. I'm kind of trying to follow the rules of the show.
No, you're
Judge.
not following the rules because you're
No, I'm
cutting
fixing
me
to ask
off.
the judge a question before I don't want to disrespect anybody. Your
You're
Honor, have we
disrespecting
already
me.
has Lil Touch already apologized and taken accountability for everything?
No.
Yes, she did. You were not in
Not
here.
sure.
To answer the question, Bray specifically asked her if there's anything she would like to take accountability for. And
Okay.
she wanted to take accountability for exposing T Money paying the $500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
but
things. Yeah,
you
she
don't
did.
need
She
to
said the two
apologize
things.
about nothing.
She didn't apologize. I said this. She didn't
Okay,
apologize.
Lev, I'm
She did not
sorry.
apologize. She did not apologize. She just more so explained her thing. Somebody in the comments said, "Wait, they docs." Asking about Glam and Duffy. Yes, I think yesterday or maybe the day before they were actually trying to say that they were going to find Morilla's son and put his information out there as well. And we all know that, of course, that Glam is the one who sent me all of Kiana's information and her kid and her pictures of her kids and everything. So yes, they are definitely certified doxers. It's a good married couple that doxes.
They're proxers because right after she was about to dox, he started preaching. Proxers. Anyway, I just wanted to be known that there are people that have been in similar situations that were not protected. And I just want to speak for those people. I understand Lil Touch says she knows karate, and she on another live said that she knows how to protect herself, and that wasn't going to happen to her. And I just want you to just consider the people in the room that probably thought the same thing, and they weren't protected. Me being one of them.
Consider Little Touch's
So
feelings because she's the one on
Bray,
the fence.
please, Bray, for a second.
You need to focus on Little Touch. What do
That's
you mean
what I'm
focus on the
doing.
rest of the people in the room? You're victim blaming.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not victim blaming.
Yes, you are. A lot of
If
people are victim
anything,
blaming.
victim blaming
What
happened.
if your mama got hit with a damn
Victim,
tumbler and she still sore a week later? How would you feel?
first of all, this is not fair.
It's not fair to Little Touch.
It's not fair to me because you're not even letting me talk, and we're supposed to be in court.
Oh yeah, stop talking to my
That's what they call the fuck up rate. Like I was saying, I literally was not trying to be funny. Okay. And I said it on Rose's live. The protection happened regardless of who protected. And so a lot of us that were not protected probably thought, oh, I know karate and I'm gonna get out of that situation, but that didn't happen. So I just want you to be kind of softer when you talking about that, little touch, because I understood what you were saying, but it was how you were saying it.
Disgusting.
Shut up,
Are they
Bray.
softer when they
Damn.
talk about my client? Are they softer when Glam and Duffy asked if my client wanted to be an old ass lady or an SLUT bucket? They're not being soft when
No,
they discuss
we're
her.
not. Glam and Duffy is a whole nother situation that
That's
she
still
shouldn't even
about
been
this
involved
situation. They
with.
not soft
If
with
you
her, so
really want to
she's
be
not gonna be
honest,
soft back.
she
That's
shouldn't have never been
disgusting.
involved with Glam and
It's
Duffy at all,
disgusting.
period.
Your
Let's
So
run
if
the
question
you
is
could
lights.
please let me
disgusting.
finish.
Let's
She
run
shouldn't
the
have been
lights.
involved with Glam and Duffy in the first place. Glam and Duffy shouldn't. She should have
The
talked
ones
to
in
T
charge
Money
of the crew,
herself.
Glam.
The
She had
originator
to.
She would
organizer
have
for
talked to. She
me.
should have
She
talked
was
to.
helping me
She should
with the
have talked to T
crew.
Money
So we
herself.
are not going to detach Glam from being the organizer and assisting Little Touch with the crew.
I
Stop
know
that.
Tia. I'm not doing that. Look, all I'm saying is she should have talked to T Money herself. It shouldn't have been no middleman. So it wouldn't have been no. It wouldn't have been no problem with the money. Also,
Who are you talking about?
also,
You said T Money should have been talking to me or
LT. The
Team?
fact that
I'm asking you a
I can't
question.
even clearly talk.
I'm asking you a question. Who are
What
you
you
talking
say?
about? T Money to talk to? Me or Glam?
No, you. I'm saying that when it
Okay,
first
but it wasn't
happened.
done that way. So that's what we're addressing. We're addressing what happened, not what we
Oh my
speculate it to be.
God. Okay. Okay,
Look,
little
I'm not no
touch.
dummy. I have a
Little
son that's a
touch.
lawyer. I
I've never
got two
called you
other
a dummy.
cousins that are lawyers. I'm not no dumbass. So you're not gonna talk to me like a dumbass.
I'm not talking to you like a
Yes,
dumbass,
you
little
are. It's
touch.
fine.
No,
Relax,
I'm
LT.
not.
Don't get out of character.
No,
It's
I'm
fine.
not.
She always does this.
Anyway, what I'm saying is it would have been less confusion if Little Touch and T Money had to talk themselves without Glam and Duffy in the middle. And so when Little Touch explained that she wanted the rest of her money, T Money asked for her money back. None of that would have happened had they talked themselves. It would have been clear. So that right there was stupid in the first place.
It was
But
correct. Glam is the one who reached out. Glam is
stupid
the
on
one put in
Glam's part. What the
the.
fuck?
Exactly.
I don't
Good.
give a fuck about Glam. Stop
Right.
acting like I'm protecting Glam and
No,
Duffy.
I'm not. I'm
I
just
just
making
called
sure we
them
focus that
proxers.
Glam is the problem.
Yes, Glam is the problem. Hello.
Still in the populars. We are in the populars, and we are daily number 14 in our lead. So let's continue to push, continue to run up the lights, y'all. Thank you.
Can I speak
Anyway,
now,
I
Bella?
don't think that
Oh,
I really don't think that we can blame either side all the way. I think that it's blame on both sides. And I just want to add, fuck y'all. I'm just gonna add on my cruise, there was nobody yelling in the fucking hallway. It was a carnival cruise with all black people, and nobody was yelling in the motherfucking hallway. So everybody needs to be honest about what really happened. A lot of us, most of us wasn't on the cruise, but we know for a fact that it's blame on both goddamn
You
sides.
already said that. We've taken
Bray,
accountability. The other side
please,
hasn't.
please. Why
No,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about
we've
nothing
taken
that you telling me.
accountability.
I don't give a fuck about nothing that you telling me because you're
Well, you
playing.
should. You
You playing at
motherfuckers
this point.
should.
You're playing.
No, you're playing. I'm the
Layla,
motherfucking
can I
lawyer.
ask you a
You're
question when you
not a
finish?
lawyer.
Yes.
good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bella, Blaze, and the panel. I have a question for Little Touch. I have two questions, Little Touch. Good morning, Little Touch. I wanted to find out from you when the man said that he wanted to f you. How close was the man to you and Miss Nietzsche? Was Miss Nietzsche the only one that heard that, or
Little
did you
touch.
hear him say that?
A little touch. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. She's asking, of course, how close you were because Nitra's saying she heard it, but you didn't hear it. My client told y'all earlier she has a hearing situation going on, so she might not be able to hear. She has to get extra close. So I didn't like the fact
Okay.
that it was like, how did I hear it and you didn't hear it? She already said
Okay.
she has a
Hear it.
hearing problem.
I did not
Okay.
hear that
That's
man
not fair.
said.
Y'all
What
need to
the
leave her
man
alone.
Okay.
said, what the man said, because I was with the other guy that I danced with, he said, well, you don't have a deep southern accent like him. And I said, no, because I'm not from the South. I'm from Ohio. And that's when he told me that he was from Ohio as well. And I said, what part? And he said, Cleveland. And I said, do you know where my place is? Because I'm from Warren. He said, yes. He said, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I said, but Cleveland is my neck of the woods too, because I got family there. And that was the only conversation I had with that other man that was supposed to be the one guy, one of the guys that was plotting to do that to me.
Okay, and now one more question, Miss Little Touch, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay, so you said that your son paid for the room, so the room was paid for with two beds in it. So
Yes.
why didn't you just take the room and have the room to yourself with two beds in it versus
That's
having
what I
two money
wanted
Because
to
come?
Glam
do.
called her.
That's what I wanted to do. I
Exactly.
wanted to do a room by myself, and I called Carnival, and maybe I misunderstood. They were saying that if I didn't put somebody on the room at two in the room, I would have to pay like an extra, right? So after it was decided, because I had a roommate, like I said, and she had to cancel. Her name was on the room. I had to take her name off and put T Money's name on it. T Money never sent money directly to Carnival. She sent the money to me. So
Okay,
when people say that she paid Carnival, that's a lie. She gave me the money, and she
okay,
only gave me 500. She did not give me half of the room.
Okay,
The
hold on,
room was
y'all. I
almost
gotta.
$1,600. She gave me a portion on the room. She got a discount.
Okay, so
all
just want
right.
to take a quick break, real quick. Run these likes up, run the shares up. It's popular. Bella does have a contest going on for the top gifter and subscriber. So if you are